And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Makayla Loves Gymnastics. Okay. I'm so sorry, Ryan. I fucked that up. Welcome, everybody to Gymnastics for everyone. I'm still trying to learn the name of the show that I've started. Hosted by me, Makayla Loves Gymnastics. And we have a very special guest, you guys. My good friend, everybody's
Hey,
favorite person on Gym Twitter, our
hey,
good friend.
Makayla, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, friend?
It's really early for me, but I know that you're a morning person, so this is amazing.
Yes, because normally I would just be getting off of work, so I would still be up.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, so we have so much to discuss. There's so much that's happening right now.
Oh my gosh, yes we do. Yes we do. So I know everybody, I know Pan Americans just happened. And first of all, I would love to thank everybody for all of the support I've been getting on the channel for my videos of the recaps. Like for the first time ever, I have like two videos that's like went over 10,000 views. Like that's like amazing. Like I've gained almost 100 subscribers in a week. Like thank you everybody. Like this is amazing.
You're killing it. You're killing it, Makayla.
So, but the first thing I want to talk about, because we have to address the elephant in the room before we get to the good stuff, which is the Kara Aker. I'm so sorry, Kara Aker and the University of Utah stuff because this stuff is crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm a new college gymnastics fan. So I don't know the full history of Tom Farden and the Utah program, but Utah is a very established NCAA program, right? So when did Tom become head coach? Do you remember?
I don't remember the exact year, but I know he was the assistant coach for many years under Greg Morrison. And I know that Utah was always the school that was okay. So Alabama was known as the school that was being prim and proper or whatever, right? And having all the girls, still having the very elite gymnastics mindset. Whereas Georgia was the school where you went to Georgia because you was going there to have fun. Yes, it was a very serious program. Yes, they still wanted to win and was winning, but it was more of the funner program to have went to. And Utah was just up there being Utah. Yes, they got some big names. Teresa Kwiatkowski, the 1996 Olympic alternate,
Yep.
went to Utah. But it never was the school that was always in the headlines. It never was. Whatever was going on at Utah always flew underneath the radar, especially under Greg Morrison and his wife. So then when Tom became the head coach, I don't remember what year. It's been a while now, but I don't remember what year. I
Yeah.
really don't.
I but I feel like he hasn't won a title for Utah, right? Like everything
Yeah,
that Utah has won was under Marsden, right? Is
yeah.
that correct?
And it's been a while. It's been a good little
Yeah.
while. Utah.
So let me ask you this. Someone said Ashley
Both
Postel.
Ashley Postel, also RJ went to Utah. Like Utah always gotten big names. They just always been able to fly underneath the radar of the attention. It's always been Georgia. It's always been Alabama. Then recently, of course, UCLA and OU. But when
Yeah.
you think of Utah, Utah. They're always make finals. Just it's just that school that always flies underneath the radar. And now I
Yeah.
kind of understand why, because they're not allowed to talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So I guess like when Kara posted the Instagram post, were you like surprised, or was this something that you knew you had a feeling was actually the true vibe of what was going on behind the scenes at Utah? Like, was it? It was. Were they a sort of team that you think was under this sort of like regimented, controlling atmosphere, or were you genuinely shook by what Kara posted?
I was generally shook because a gymnast of Kara's status actually said something about it. I wasn't necessarily surprised because Utah was already under investigations from other gymnasts.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the bigger names is trying to squash the stories of the smaller name gymnasts, was trying to make it seem like, oh, they just couldn't, make the cut, or they just wasn't good enough to make lineup. So
Yeah.
they're just upset or whatever. But when Kara said something about it, I think it became real for a lot of people, where it was, for me, it was already real, but for a lot of people, it became very real. It was like, oh, like Kara Aker, a gymnast who survived Al Fong at Gage Gymnastics, went to Utah to find a better system, and Utah is the program that drove her out of the sport. Like,
Yeah.
that's just crazy to even think about. Like, you survived Al Fong. You survived Al Fong trying to make you do a triple and a half punch front. And Utah was the system that drove you to retire?
Yeah, that's pretty wild. But so has any other? I know that I think former gymnast Tessin posted a comment, her own post. But are any of the active Utah gymnasts like Grace McCallum? Has anyone responded or interacted with Kara's post?
No, they
Yeah.
were responding to the other young lady. I'm so sorry, young lady. I can't think her name. Who made her allegations and started the initial safe sport investigation against Utah, which was founded to be. I think if they found Tom guilty with that, I don't think Kara would have said anything. But I think when Utah was like, see, nothing really was happening. He's just a tough coach. See,
Yeah.
he was found not guilty. She was like, wait, hold on. Nah, I do have to speak up because this man is crazy as fuck. Like,
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that Tom hasn't formally resigned like already, just because like those are, I mean, Kara's post was so poignant and heartfelt, and obviously like the entire gymnastics community was really like emotional reading it. Like, how does Tom in the Utah program even come back to this? Like, no one is going to, like, they're gonna have a really tough time recruiting, and like I think he should be held accountable for everything that he did. So I don't know. I have no idea what is going on, and I just wish that there was more like transparency and visibility of what's going on.
I don't know if that's true, friend. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's true. I hate to say it because look at, again, Al Fong. Look at all this stuff. He literally drove two gymnasts to death, and yet still very popular, famous gymnasts go to the Gage Gymnastics. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. I think if they come through and somehow is able to win the NCAA this season, which is very possible, they have a very good team, I think all will be forgiven.
Yeah. That sucks.
The gymnastics community have a very short memory.
I know. I wish like Kara all the happiness, and hopefully she'll like be able to heal from this. Like, and it's her gymnastics was always like really, really beautiful. So it's such a loss for the gymnastics fans, but obviously like she did what she had to do, and I think it's so commendable and really like amazing what she did, because I mean she started tagging major news outlets, which is like good on her, and I like she's really putting her truth out there, and it's amazing to see.
And shout out to Good Morning America for actually covering
Yes.
this.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, that was, I mean, it's such an important story, and I'm glad that they did that.
Now I'm going to say something really controversial,
Oh
and
no.
I know she's not Filipino. I wish she was Filipino, man, because Kara Iker would make the perfect fit to that Filipino team that Aaliyah Fittikin is trying to build over there. Oh my God, she would fit on that team.
Yeah. She's not Filipino.
I know.
I don't think.
I
I
know.
think she's like she was adopted
I
from
think
China,
she's
right?
Chinese. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think she's. So she
yeah.
might be. It's a small,
I don't
small
think it's a
possibility.
possibility, but um, I think Emma Malabuyu is still trying to qualify to the Olympics through apparatus World Cups, right? So let me ask you this: like for Emma, what is her best event that she's able to qualify through the apparatus World Cups? Do you think it's beam or do you think it's floor?
I think she is both. What I feel like Emma should do is do the Osana Chusavitana route, which is stop doing vault, stop doing bars, jam pack a beam and floor routine to like capacity and try because well, we don't have to worry about the Russians, so yay,
So
that's
are
some
the Russians officially not able to even do the apparatus Cup route? I know that the time for a team is come and gone, but like, what about
I think
individuals?
the Olympic Committee has banned Russia, the athletes, completely. The last time I checked.
Oh, okay. Because in my head, like, I know I've always imagined like Paris being like Listunova and Angelina through individual World Cups, but yeah, that's surprising that it's already been made. The decision's already been made, but yeah, I think Emma has a good shot. Even like I feel like if she stays on beam and scores even in like the like mid 13s, I think that might be strong enough to qualify to Paris. Just because I'm trying to imagine like because Paulina Schaefer already like already qualified to Paris, right? So I don't think she's going to be pursuing. And then
The
Germany
Germans
already.
have one spot left to claim. They claimed two at Worlds, so they do have, and I'm pretty sure.
Wait, didn't they claim?
I'm not
I thought
sure
they
how
claimed all
to.
three. Did they not claim
I
all three?
I don't think so.
Okay,
If
because
I'm
okay,
wrong, somebody correct me, please, because
I in my head, I for some reason I thought that they claimed all three because I know Polina did got it for all around, and then
Mhm.
Germany got it for they get a nominative spot like a spot that they can choose because they were ranked 13 to
Well,
15.
okay, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. They did get all three spots, but they
Okay,
have an open
oh
spot
yeah,
of a gymnast who they can pick. And I think that spot, I don't know how Germany is going to choose that spot. Like, normally Germany goes by results. So I
yeah.
think they're going to make the girls compete. And I don't think, like, I think definitely Elizabeth Seitz has a chance.
I think it's
Um,
sites to lose if she comes back healthy, um, or they could choose like another beamer. Um, but
or it could be the other teenager girl that was a really strong all arounder, Mao, the one who also got hurt right before Worlds.
mhm.
Um, she's also a really strong all arounder, and I could see them, depending on how strong Ellie Sites comes back.
Yeah, it's up in the air for sure. But yeah, I think Emma has a chance. I don't know. There was another gymnast that was going to compete for Philippines, right, from the U.S. Did I make that
Yeah,
up?
I don't think she's not as strong as Emma.
Like
Well,
Levi, right? Levi Young
yeah,
River. Yeah,
but I don't think Levi. See, I think Levi's kind of mad because they screwed her over. Because forever, but I feel like they told Levi she could qualify through to the Olympics through the Asian Games. So that's why she announced that she was switching countries when she did. But that was nowhere near the case, and
yeah.
they didn't.
It
And
was
then China didn't even let her compete there. So I don't know. I just really hope all of these girls, Emma, Levi, um, um, Aaliyah. I heard rumors that they're really recruiting what's her face from Stanford,
a gymnast or a coach.
a gymnast. she used to be so talented as a junior, and then they burned her out. And
Don't know.
uh,
But
they
I wish
helped me
Levi
out.
had announced that she was switching over to Philippines like before Asian Games, because I
Yeah,
think like Levi, Emma, and Aaliyah, and like the existing the legacy Filipino gymnasts, they could have like qualified to Worlds and actually made a significant impact.
especially with Levi being on the team because she was a current elite level gymnast, so all of her routines was already elite, ready to go.
Yeah,
Whereas Emma and Aaliyah had to really, they're just now getting their routines to elite level, and then they're going to throw all that away and go to NCAA again.
I know, I know.
But
Yeah,
what I
I
really
think
hope for these girls, the Filipino girls, is that they try for another cycle, right? Like build your team this cycle, whatever happens, happens, but really, really your focus is for the LA Olympics. Because I think you guys could qualify a full team.
yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible. It'll be interesting. I agree with you. Like if they don't, like if 2024 doesn't happen, I hope that Emma sticks around in elite. But because there's so many great college gymnasts that are like pursuing the elite route. I'm like obsessed with Trinity Thompson's upgrades that she's been posting on Instagram.
I know. It's so
So good.
good. It's so good. I've never seen her do a Yurchenko double before. Like I was gagged. Like
Do you think that we'll see? So, like, assuming that Trinity comes back and does Winter Cup in February, do you think that we'll see the double Yurchenko? Or, I mean, I was impressed by the double Yurchenko, but like that, the full twisting front layout to through to double layout that she
oh yeah.
posted, I don't know how she's gonna fit that all on one line, because it feels like it's so long and she needs a lot of like run for it. But I'd be obsessed if that was doable for her.
I don't know because in when Trini just her regular double layout, she only takes a couple of steps to do it. So hopefully it's just a learning exercise and she'll have it ready. But I
Yeah,
hope Trinity starts off with I hope she brings back her full twisting double layout. I know it didn't go well before her injury, but it was very beautiful.
yeah. It's I when did she? Because I remember she did a Biles at some point, like in 2019 U.S. Nationals.
My
She's
issue with her bios is she twists too early, so she's really doing a DeSantos
I know,
too.
that'd be cool. I mean, that'd be cool if she did that. I think Jordan Childs could do a Dos Santos too. I think she like the way that she whips the Chusavitna. I love the arched position, but maybe
Oh
that's
my
just
god,
me.
Jordan Child's full twisting double layout is like perfection. It's just when we talk about Pan American Games, I have so
I
many
think we
thoughts about
okay. I'm dying to talk to you about Pan American Games
it.
and
Okay, let's.
like, well, like whose stock went up and whose stock went down. I know it's just one competition, but I'm so impressed by Kayla DiCello. Like I was kind of for a long time I thought that she was going to be like consistently alternate for a while, just because I thought that she maxed out on a lot of her D, and her execution is good and her bars felt a little inconsistent, but she really like stepped it up at Pan Am's, especially on beam. And she I think she re-upgraded her floor, right? She brought back the Silvas.
Yes.
Um, but I think so. I think Kayla's stock went up and Kalia Lincoln's stock went up. And I'm a big Kalia fan. And honestly, I was the one who was like, she should have been on the world's team anyway. But I was really, really, really impressed by Kalia.
Can
And
I
I think that,
can I say something to the whole internet that's gonna piss everybody off?
don't
As
say
much
it.
as I love this Pan American Games team, I don't think not near one of them girls would have beaten anybody on the world's team in a head up all around competition, not one. Like, so I don't, I think all of their stocks went up, but I think looking forward towards the Olympics, I think the world's team is the Olympics team. I think it's the team that makes the most sense.
Okay, so you would take Leanne Wong over Kayla DiCello?
If Leanne Wong decided to take this year of NCAA off, like Kayla has, and decided to really, really, really focus on upgrading routines, like I know Leanne Wong is possible.
So what okay, so let me ask you this. What upgrades can Leanne do? Because the only upgrade that seems very feasible is if she brought back the Ray dismount on bars, because she did it like during the pandemic. I think she was ready to like debut it in 2021, but I think I don't know, she does a very solid and stuck double layout most of the time, but I feel like even if it's a full twisting double layout, that's an upgrade. I know that she in some of the podium training, she connected she connected the pack with the Van Leuven, but like I
Mhm.
never saw it in competition because like that would be like an easy upgrade, but it's only a 10th. But I feel like Kayla has some upgrades that she's working on as well, like on bars. Because she does the I think she does a chow or a Maloney, and then she does a clear hip circle. So I was wondering like is Kelly Hill trying to prepare the clear hip circle right out of the Chappage to do like a full pirouette to get 2 tenths, and then connect it with the church to get another 10th. So that's 3 tenths in connection, and then it's upgraded from a clear hip to a full pirouette. So that's another 10th. So 4 tenths. That's 4 tenths right there if she does the clear hip circle full pirouette to the church. So I think it's potential there.
I think Leanne could go back to her old Russian style bar routine. I think that routine is worth a what, like a 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah. I
The,
don't think I think it's I haven't seen her do an in bar since like 2019 or something close to that. It's like it's really I feel like in bars are a skill that if you lose it, it's like super hard to get back. Like there
almost
was a
impossible.
time where I thought that Ashton Locklear was going to get her in bars back in 2017 and it just never happened because I feel like it's extremely crazy on the back. So once you lose it, it's kind of like hard to get back.
It is, and it's almost impossible. But I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Like Leanne is so hard because I never thought Leanne would be able to do a double layout, and she did a double. She's doing a double layout. Like I
It's
don't know. Like I definitely think Leanne has possibilities of upgrades. Definitely on floor. I think she could add another turn to her wolf turn and get an E in the triple wolf. I think she could do something way harder as a third terminal pass. Maybe she's trying to learn a full twisting double layout as her second terminal pass and doing
wait,
a
what is
layout.
so what are her passes are right now are Syllabus double layout. I think a front half, front full. Is that her third pass?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was a point where I think Leanne did a 2.5 twist front full layout because
Yeah,
that's a DC which gets 2 tenths, but that's really tricky. And when she did it a couple of times in like she balked out of the front layout full. Remember she did it like a
all
Barani.
the time. That's why I think she stopped doing it. I think, but I think she, what I think, what I'm hoping is she tries to add a full twist to her double layout and
To Savina.
get that, and then do a double layout as her third turning pass and ends with something like a punch front through to a double tuck or a punch front through to a double pike to get that,
She has a
return
lot
that.
of passes. I was obsessed with her triple twist at NCAA as well.
I wish you would bring that back because I loved her whip back through to a triple twist.
Yeah. And then, I mean, she also does the Arabian double pike, but I don't know. Sometimes the
I
landing
don't know
gets a
where
little
that
short.
would fit into the routine.
She has so many choices, so many options. I think that if she wants to really zero in on Paris, a good option was to focus on the second ball Because right now she does the Lopez, and it always gets downgraded to a Podkapayeva. If she
But I
does,
can understand why, especially in event finals. It was really laid out. Like I was gagged. I really was like gagged.
I feel like the thing is like judges are downgrade happy with the Lopez, but it's they don't downgrade the Chungs because like though it's the 1.5 doesn't ever get like the 1.5 pike is not possible. So it's always even if they pike down on the Chung, it's still a Chung. So like if it's safe, I feel like she should try to upgrade to a Chung. Um, because she's not it's very rare that she gets credit for a Lopez in international meets.
Pause. How do you feel about the great debate, Chung versus Arminar? Which vault do you think is harder?
I personally, I think that the Aminar is criminally underrated because like it's 2/10 less than a Chung, right? It's like
Yeah,
and it shouldn't be. I feel like it should be at least the same value because like right now, like who's doing an Aminar besides like the British gymnasts? Like even Simone doesn't train in like and she's training the Aminar, but she doesn't compete the Aminar anymore. And we
it's not.
haven't seen Rebecca do an Aminar in a while because she does such an amazing double twisting Yurchenko. But I miss the days of the Aminar. It's just really it's scary to watch because like you could really mess up your ankles and everything with the short Aminar.
I think we're gonna see some very scary landings. To like, I think for because we haven't seen people do because we haven't until this quad we haven't seen people really do chungs. So we've never really seen any scary chung injuries. But I think we're fair to see it because I think a lot of people are going to start throwing these chungs at the Olympics and at Worlds. And if y'all remember Melnikova, she
Yeah.
threw a very scary ass chung, like, and she almost like flew off the damn. Like chungs are scary too. Like we just haven't, just because we haven't seen the chung injuries doesn't mean they're not possible.
Oh yeah. I mean, I definitely think they're possible. I think that like all these federations are focused on the round off half on entries now because they're just worth so much. Um, but I wish that I don't know. I wish the Aminar was valued correctly because we're not seeing any of them.
I wish the Arminar was valued correctly, but I do feel like the Chung is a harder vault, just technically. I feel like the Arminar and Rudy should be valued at the same. I think the Chung should be valued maybe, yeah, like 2/10 worth. So I feel like
That's literally the way it is right now. That's because the Rudy and the Aminar are worth the same, right?
I feel like the Rudy, there should be some separation in the code of points. Like one of the things I think I don't remember who said it, but they was like one of the ways you fix the vault code of points is you should stop devaluing the vaults. You should start doubling the deductions and
Yeah,
tripling
I
the
agree with
deductions.
that completely.
And also the thing is you should create some kind of separation because okay, maybe 4/10 of a point is okay from a full to a 1.5. Maybe 4/10 of a point is okay from a 1.5 to a double. But from a double to a 2.5, that needs to be recognized. Like maybe it should be like 8/10 of a point worth of a difference because that's so much harder to go
Yeah,
from a double to a 2.5. It's so hard to get a Rudy around, like completely laid out. And first of all, they need to start deducting for these Rudies that's like piked around or whatever. It needs to be something needs to get done because when you do see a real Rudy, you be like, oh, wow, that's what that's supposed to look
that's
like.
supposed
Okay,
to look
yeah,
like.
I see how
Yeah,
that's supposed.
exactly.
So I feel like maybe those vaults should be worth like a 5.8 and Chung should be worth a 6.0 and then like a Biles 2 should be worth like a damn 7, 8 because what other female gymnast is ever going to do that vault anytime soon?
Yeah, I can't imagine. I wonder whether or not Simone is training the Biles one, the Chung with the half twist, because that
I
was
really think
that
she would do
when
it.
she did that vault, I was completely impressed. I was like, this is, and I was like, I never thought that this was possible.
Never
I mean, the
thought,
double Yurchenko double pike too, but like,
yeah, like okay, yes, I think because Simone has never done that vault in a competition, so it's never or she So it never gotten the full glory that it's gotten. But when she debuted that vault, I was gagged.
I
Like
was gagged.
Simone, it took Simone a while to learn how to do a chung. So for Simone to just come back and was like, oh yeah, damn, Biles, another half turn.
Was
What?
so I remember in Doha, in the all around, she fell on her Bios one vault, right? In did she do it in event finals? Was that the last
No,
time we was it the last time we saw the Bios one was a fall?
yes.
Okay, so I mean that's probably why she stopped doing it. It's so risky. Um,
But I think the only reason why she was having issues was because she had her kidney stone issues going on
yeah,
at the
that's
time.
true. I forgot about that.
So I think now, especially when they fix her, because they're so focused on her doing this damn trinkle double pipe that they completely messed up her chung block. If they were to fix her block the way it used to be, I think she could get her bows. I think if she did the bows too and the Yurchenko double twist, I think she would clear the field. I don't think she needs to do the Yurchenko double pipe.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to talk? So we talked about Kayla, we talked about Kalia. Um, what are your thoughts on Jordan's performance at Pan Am's?
Jordan did good, but Jordan didn't do what I think she needed to do to really solidify that, oh, yeah, I should be on Team A for USA Gymnastics. Like, I don't want to talk crap about Jordan. I'm not talking crap. I'm just talking about what actually happens. I'm not talking about Jordan Childs as a human being. She's
Yeah,
an amazing human being. I'm just talking about what actually happens and giving you guys my opinion on what happens. I think that Jordan Childs really did herself a disservice here. Jordan Childs was supposed to come to this competition and with no Rebecca Andrade, win the all around, win the medal on bars, come second place to Reeve on vault, win beam, win floor. Like that was the mission of winning a medal, like being dominant, like showing that you are like top tier on with Rebecca Andrade. Like you should be there, right?
yeah,
That you should be second to Simone. You are a better gymnast than Charlize Jones. Like that was the goal.
yeah. I
That's
don't
not
think that happened, unfortunately. With like, I mean, those bar mistakes were I hadn't seen them before from Jordan.
her.
Like, the the missed Maloney to Ganger connection in all around. Like, was her grip just off or something? Because she had to do like basically a kip, right? Or like a open swing to do the
Yeah.
Ganger.
I don't know. I just think it just was off. I don't know. Maybe she was a little low or maybe caught the Maloney
Yeah.
kind of short. I don't know. I've never
And
seen her
that's
ever.
that fall in event finals was really scary. Like I gasped when she fell
I
on
think,
the Pike Jaeger.
I think she was absolutely exhausted at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because I think Gina, her mom, posted that the coach said that her grip was off or something. But
mhm.
it's too bad.
It's too bad, but it's not necessarily the falls that were the issue. It's just like she was getting beat by Kayla DeCello and who else made the all? It was Kayla and Jordan.
Yeah,
Like,
Kayla and Jordan were in the all around finals. So Jordan didn't qualify for floor finals because Kalia and Kayla outscored her in team final, right? So I think the reason with floor is that she put her hand down on the wolf turn. That was like the mistake in the team component. So
it's not just that, it's just she didn't win any gold medals other than with the team.
yeah, because she got a silver and vault and then a
Flavia
bronze.
became the all around, doing watered down routines.
So what happened with Flavia? I'm trying to remember what happened with Flavia in the all around. Like I thought that she was primed for gold, but then she scored in the 12s on floor. The only like I think maybe she messed up her third pass. Like it was supposed to be like a 1.5 front full layout, and she only needed Barani,
Yeah.
and that like lost her like 3/10, right? Like the
Yeah, because
1/10 connection, and then the value of the C. I don't know.
yeah.
2/10.
And plus the weird landing. I don't think she stepped out of bounds, but it was just
It was
weird.
weird.
She already was doing a watered down floor routine in the first place, so I'm pretty sure her start value was really low because that was like that combination is a very important combination to most people's start values because it's
Yeah,
you know
because she took out the whip full in that she did at Worlds, and then so she moved her double layout to the first pass, and then for the second pass she just did a double tuck, right?
correct.
Yeah, but yeah. So what did you think Flavia should have gotten gold on beam over Rebecca?
Absolutely. Like that was just
I didn't
that was just
understand it either. Yeah,
I mean, to be honest with you, the wobble was so big. I would I don't even think Rebecca should have came in second. She should have came in third.
it was a big wobble. Yeah, a big wobble. Like the rest of the routine was very very clean. But if you compare holistically the routines between Flavia and Rebecca, like Flavia had a way cleaner routine.
But again, Flavia was doing a much watered down being routine compared to what she's been doing. She's taking out some connections. She's taking out her two layout step out. So, you
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
she's also playing it safe. You know, she did all around. She's just like, I'll give y'all the all around, just not doing everything.
Yeah.
So,
So wait,
whereas
so we talked about three American gymnasts. Who was the other one?
Zoe Miller
Oh, Zoe. Yeah, yeah.
did freaking her job. Like that's what I'm talking about with Jordan Childs didn't do her job. Zoe Miller did her damn job plus more. Like Zoe Miller qualified. She got one of the top scorers, a score that would have beaten Charlize for the bronze medal at Worlds.
Is that
In
true?
qualification.
I
In
thought she got
qualification.
like a 14.7, and didn't Shilese get like a 14.8? I'm not. Okay, I need someone needs to fact check that. But
I'm talking about Charlize in the event finals. I think
oh,
in the,
okay, okay,
Charlize got a 14.7 something too, and I think Zoe's score in qualifications would have beaten Charlize's score.
okay. Yeah, Zoe's bars looks a lot more crisp than I've seen it in the past. There's a little like there's a couple of like things that can be improved. I Her dismount always like goes really far out, like it distance
Yes.
wise. That could be improved, and her pack has the leg separation, which I don't even think the judges can see. But
I don't
I
think
think
so either. They don't ever deduct her for her.
no, but maybe like a crossed legs on the Shaposh half. But it's a really clean routine. She's hitting all the handstands. I think it's one of the most like
Smartly constructed.
smartly constructed routines because she's getting a bunch of 2/10 connections. It's like it's a Russian Madison quotient routine basically. So it's a smart routine. I don't know where she can upgrade because I think a 6.4 is not gonna stack up to the top contenders in Paris if she goes to Paris. Like she would have to find some upgrades. I just don't know where they would go.
This is where I thought about this extensively. This is where her upgrades on bars can go. Because Zoe has in bars, and that's something that we can't discredit. No other American gymnast has in bars right now except for Zoe Miller. So
Maybe
Zoe
Gabby
has her,
Douglas.
huh?
Maybe Gabby Douglas. Um,
I look more forward to Gabby Douglas doing one arm pirouettes than I think
it's
in
true.
bars. Like Gabby hasn't been injured. In bars is a hard thing for a lot of people. I
Hard.
would be very impressed. Hi Ben. I think for Zoe, well, I would try to teach her come of a one. No, what a come of a two. I would try to teach her a come of a two. I would try to give her do in-bar full, come of a two to like maybe like a she does a downy as her big release. So maybe like a indoor and try
I
to
have never seen her. I mean, maybe. I was thinking maybe like, is it even possible to do like a shaposh into like an in-bar half? Like, is that possible? I've never like because that could connect. That I'll give her 2 tenths, and then she can set herself up for the Jaeger right away.
see if Melanie could still do her indoors. I that would be a combination I could definitely see Melanie
Yeah,
attempting. I don't know if
and then
it
that
could
goes
be
right into the Yozova. That'll be
yeah.
perfect.
But definitely another combination I would try to get Zoe to learn is she would have to try to connect her back into her damn that she does her child first
Van
or her
Leeuwen.
van.
Yeah. Pact to Van Leeuwen. The thing is, like, the Pact to Van Leeuwen is not worth that much anymore. It used to be
It's
worth two
not,
tenths, and now it's only a tenth. So people are just like, I'll lose the tenth and just make sure that I don't fall.
yeah, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get your
You got
start
to do
value
what
up.
you got to do because if Kalia Namor is doing it, you got to do everything.
She definitely has to learn a different front element because I know a lot of people like doing those Jaegers, but it's so many other skills that are worth the same D that you could do in its place. I don't know right now what it should be, but I don't know. I
Maybe
don't know what
maybe a new dismount.
maybe a
Maybe
new discount.
yeah. So she only has one single bar release. Oh no, she has two. She has the Downey and she has the Straddle Jaeger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Zoe doesn't do Shapash. She always do Shapash halves. So
Yeah.
maybe she's afraid of doing Shapash skills.
And has Jordan ever done a Shaposh half?
I think so, and I think it was really, really ugly, and that's why I don't think she did.
Because I'm always Jordan goes back and forth from high bar to low bar so many times, like an unnecessary amount of times. Because like she does the bail and then to like a C transition from low to high. Like what is that? It's not a ray, but it's like a toe on heck.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she has a Van Leeuwen, that would be really good for her.
Or maybe she should learn um a Bahar watch so she could go she should learn a Bahar watch and a different other shap skill if like a chow or a
Yeah,
real Shapachnakova. So
I know.
she because she has to stop doing the bell to handstand. Like she loses so many points because she's always slightly under handstand.
I mean,
You
there
know
was
what?
a time
You know what? Who said that? Johnny? Let me
Johnny
put
says
down.
that she should do Simone's routine. I don't think has she
Yeah,
done a Weiler half? I don't know.
I don't know, but she should learn it. Yeah, I agree. She should just do copy and paste
Copy
Simone
and paste
Biles.
Simone. I mean, I think she could do a harder dismount because I think that full in is quite easy for her. Maybe she could. Maybe she should bring back the double double that she was training a while ago.
I think both her and Simone should not do the double double, but should do the Mustafina dismount.
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh
think
my God. They tried that girl because at first the Mustafina dismount was also an F, just like a double double, but then they downgraded it so quickly.
yeah. So let's. So right now, if you had to, if you were pressured to choose 5 gymnasts for the U.S. Olympic team, who would your 5 be?
You want my wild prediction or do you
No,
want
I
my
want your I want your realistic
okay?
prediction.
Right now, so realistically, nobody who we haven't seen do gymnastics in 10 years is gonna make this team. So realistically, the team would be Simone Biles, Charlize Jones, Sky Blakely, Jocelyn Robertson, Zoe Miller.
Interesting. So basically, I mean that's a very realistic team. I just don't know whether like I think that like you're gonna use Simone and Shy basically throughout the team final. So it's just about filling the gaps for the third spot.
Well,
Um,
for me, what I'm doing is I'm trying to pick a team where I don't want Simone or Charlize to have to do everything
yeah,
in
that's
team
smart.
qualification. Yes, when the team final, no, I want to be able to give them both at least one event where they could just cheer for everybody else. So like that's why I'm picking Zoe, so I can let Zoe, Charlize, and Sky do bars and let Simone sit down for bars because I know she hate bars anyways, and so she could cheer. And then
Yeah,
for beam, well, Charlize improved herself as a quite a beam worker
she's a
over
great
over.
beam worker now. Yeah,
So,
I feel like
so
your team makes sense. I'm just trying to find an opening for Kalia Lincoln on that team, and I think so. The thing is, like,
Kalia
I
Lincoln right now would be my best alternate. I think Kalia is way better than Jocelyn. I'm not going to say she's better than Jocelyn on floor. It just depends on who the judges are at that time because sometimes they give Jocelyn 14 pluses. Sometimes they give Jocelyn mid 13s. Sometimes they give Kalia 14 pluses. I'm pretty sure internationally, I'm so sorry, I know y'all gonna hate me. That full twisting double layout would get downgraded to a full twisting double pipe very and like that 14 plus score would never happen on at Worlds. It just would not happen.
yeah. So I mean, the thing is, if a someone says 50-50 with Sky on beam, I feel like Sky has like if Sky has a strong second vault, if she upgrades her Lopez to like a Chung, it would render her a lot more useful for Team USA. And then that way, we I don't feel like USA will be obligated to have another two vault specialist like a Jocelyn if Sky can do a Chung.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Because if Sky can really get her Chung together, or if Jordan Charles could get her Chung together, to be honest with you, either one of them, you don't need a second vault specialist anymore because you have an all arounder that can do two vaults.
So what about Jade Carey? Is Jade Carey no longer in the picture for your Olympic team, or
My issue with Jade Carey is I know she can get the job done on vault. It's the same issue with Justin Robertson, which we just proved. Like Jocelyn got washed on floor at World. We thought Jocelyn probably would have qualified the floor finals, and she didn't. Charlize did. The issue is Jade's floor and the way they reconstructed the rules. It really hurt her specifically on floor because it's like they wrote the rules like, oh yeah, Jade Carey won floor. No man, like artistry, 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 and it's just that's just not Jade's bag, and it's just like it feels like with Jade, and every time they be like, Jade has this new routine. It's just like it gets worse, and it's just like, why are y'all acting like this is the one? Like it's not. Like it's
yeah?
worse.
I feel like
Like
the thing is
best
like
flow routine was the routine she debuted in. Like she should go back to that routine if for anything 2017.
2017 was
Like
a good routine for her. Yeah, I think that she just didn't have the difficulty that she had 2 years ago, and it really hindered her because like Jocelyn upgraded so much, and Kalia upgraded so much. So I mean, if she's able to regain her passes and take out the L hop full that's getting a lot of deductions or not even credited.
But see, I think what else is she supposed to do? Like that's a C skill. Like
I
that's one
feel
of
like
her.
she should do. Well, does she? I mean, she should keep the popa, like the full straddle jump because she does really good straddle jumps. Does she? And she does the double L turn, right? Or is that
She
still in her
doesn't.
routine? She didn't do a double L turn. Did I make that up?
Yeah, she does a triple wolf.
Wait, no. Jade does not do a triple wolf.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking we're talking about Jocelyn Robertson. We're talking about. I think we're talking about Jocelyn Robertson. Does Jade does the double? Yes, which gets the. Oh, you're saying Jade Carey should take out the hop full.
Yeah, I think Jade Carey should take out the hop full.
Oh, I'm thinking we're talking about Jocelyn Robertson. I'm so
No, sorry.
sorry.
I was talking about Jade, about her bringing back. Okay, so apparently she already took out the L hop this year. So
Yeah, she did, and
probably for the best. But
Jordan Charles should take it out too. Jordan Charles.
take out the wolf turn as well.
Jordan Charles. I don't see that's the issue with Jordan. Like last year, her wolf turn had gotten so much better. Like it got like where it wasn't being deducted at all, and now it's like has regressed back to what it was when like.
I don't think anyone should be doing wolf turns except for Simone, Kayla DiCello, and that's it. Like even Leanne's wolf turn doesn't look particularly stunning.
If I'm just being honest with you, I kind of like wolf turns because everybody hates them. It's them damn ring. It's them damn ring leaps that I cannot stand. I cannot stand everybody. Like a great ring is a great ring. A bad ring, it's ring leaps and switch leaps halves. Like oh my gosh, they're so bad. They're so bad.
So a gym fan said had a suggestion about counting 6 tumbling. I thought you had to count 3 dance, at least 3. Did I make that up on floor? You had to do at least 3.
You have to count 3 dance skills at
Yeah,
least.
so the maximum is
You
5
can do-
acro, 3 dance.
you can count 3 acrobatics and 5 dance skills, or you can count 5 acrobatic skills and 3 dance skills, or 4 and 4. But
yeah, it has to be some combination of that. Like Nina Darwal did 3 acro, 5 dance.
yes,
Um,
like that's how girls get away with doing 2 tumbling passes because they're counting probably CC because a front one and a half the front full is a CC
for sure. So is Nina out? She's like, is her injury so severe that she won't be coming back for Paris?
I'm not sure, but it's gonna be
close. And I'm looking at Jess Gadarova as well.
And the thing for Nina is Belgium did not qualify a team, so then she would have to be ready to participate
like in April, if not earlier, because she has to do World Cups or Euros.
And I just don't see.
That would be so. I mean, I think Nina is a very polarizing in terms of her gymnastics, but I was always a Nina fan in terms of like the quality of her gymnastics. So I think it would be a loss if she wasn't in Paris and she was healthy. But yeah, I think my biggest question mark for next year is whether or not Suni is healthy, because I know a lot of people have written Suni off, but if Suni is healthy and she can do even a 6.2 bar routine, I think she takes Zoe's spot on that team. Because Suni offers a really compelling beam routine as well. Because Suni's beam routine is structured beautifully and it can score mid 14s.
The only issue with Suni, and this is why people don't report injuries because of this is that reason. You picked Suni to be on the team because at Olympic trials she looked amazing. 2 weeks later, the Olympics is there. Her kidneys acting up. She can't do gymnastics.
Yeah. In 1990s, if this was 1996, Suni would be on every Olympic team because back then, like people could petition straight to the Olympics even though they're injured.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Simone would never do a competition until Worlds. Like, we would.
I know.
You remember that one year Shannon didn't do nothing? I think Shannon started off doing a lot and then got hurt, and then she just petitioned her way through to Worlds. She was like, trials, fuck that. Petition.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wait, what year was that? 94?
I think it was 94 because then she made it to the Worlds,
She dipped out after prelims. I remember. I remember
yeah,
she did prelims, and then there was this dramatic fluff piece where she pieced out, and all the team was like, well, "What did you just do?"
yeah, she was like, bye. Yeah.
I
Think I'm
know.
gonna do some damn more gymnastics for USA Gymnastics. Send me my medal in the mail, bitch.
Please FedEx it to me. Here's my address. Okay, so not to. I always harp on 2000 and Shannon Miller, but like, if Shannon had not gotten injured on that vault, do you think Bella would have squeezed a spot for Shannon Miller on that 2000 Olympic team?
See, I wish back then people would have realized that everybody didn't have to do the all around. So she would have focused on just doing bars and beam
Mhm.
and would have gotten both of those events up to a 10. Because I absolutely think. Mm, but see, maybe not because on that team they didn't need somebody to do bars and beam. Actually, our bars and beams was okay. It was damn floor and vault that we needed help on, and
Because okay, so 2000, it was Amy Chow, Elise Ray, and Kristen Maloney were locks, right? So they were locked in. So basically, looking at those three gymnasts back then, it was like you needed 5 gymnasts in quals, right? You need five
yes,
gymnasts in quals in each event. Um, and back then, like I mean, it was really hard to predict, but Morgan White was killing it too. So like Morgan White was probably like number 4. Right? Was she the 4th best gymnast in the United States? Morgan White.
yeah, I would go with that. Um, her Jamie depend because at
Oh,
that
Jamie
and
Dancher. Yeah. I forgot about Jamie. Yeah.
Jamie Danger really turned up like she has never turned up before that rest of that quad. So I think Jamie actually probably would go to the top 4 at the time.
Yeah.
Over
I,
Morgan.
yeah. And then I mean they had Alyssa Beckerman as a possibility for bars and beam also.
I think they really, really wanted. I think they really was hoping Vanessa Atler was going to get her mind together, so that could have just been an easy team to pick. But then when Vanessa just kept,
Yeah.
would you have still picking her anyways, even with all of her faults?
I would have. I love Vanessa Adler. I was just like, okay. Well, the thing is like because her floor was still very, very good. Um and I know she messed up on vault, but like her vault was really good too. And I think it fits the puzzle a lot more.
I think back then, especially, see, this is why it fears me so much when they bring these old school mindsets of thinking
Yeah.
to this current system because they still think in the 90s. They don't realize this is 2022 where there's a strategy, right? So back then, the strategy was everybody does the all around, and whoever does the all around, like, I don't care if you're the best vaulter in the world, you suck on bars, so that means you're not a good all arounder, so you shouldn't make the team. And they just would never put strategies together. They would just never tell Vanessa, just stop doing bars. Stop. Yeah. We're never going to use you on bars in team finals. You're never going to be the Olympic all-around champion. Just do floor and vault and beam.
Yeah.
And win the gold medals on those 3 events. I think if they would have had that conversation with Vanessa Atler, along with Kristen Maloney, stop doing bars. Like, Kristen Maloney, like, your bars suck, girl. Like,
Such a hater. You hating on Kristen Maloney for no reason right now.
I love Kristen
Okay,
Maloney. I just feel like she should have been that quad's America's best gymnast, in my opinion. It's just the Parkettes floundered her talent for so long, and they just made her like such a blah girl when she had some. Mama was doing a full twist and double layout, second tunnel went back through to a double layout, last tunnel pass, punch front through to a triple twist. Those 3 tunnel passes alone will make her competitive in 2023.
Kristen Maloney was so impressive. Like when she pulled out that difficulty, I was very, very impressed. And she was really good on beam. I think Kristen Maloney's beam gets underestimated a lot, but she was doing very valuable combinations back in the day. Like she was doing like a wolf jump full,
wolf jump
into a revolva. Like it was a very valuable combination. It looked hideous sometimes, but it was a very valuable combination. But yeah, so like, and also it's kind of crazy that like Kristen Maloney invented the toe on shaposh, which is the most.
Anybody say the Maloney? You're talking about Kristen Maloney, who invented it in 1997 at that World Championship.
It's crazy because now it's more popular than any shaposh variant. Like it's more like no one does a regular shaposh anymore. Like besides like a couple of gymnasts, like Ethora and like maybe a couple other gymnasts, but like I think the Maloney is just easier to do.
Absolutely. It's the easiest shaposh variation skill. That's why everybody does it.
Yeah. They should downgrade the Maloney to a C, if anything. I feel like they should downgrade the Maloney to a C. We'll see a lot less of it.
So.
What?
Then everybody would just start doing chows. So.
Some people can't do a Stalder. Like, remember that? Yeah. Remember, Suni, I think, posted that she lost her Stalders. I don't believe it, but
we haven't seen Suni do much. Like Suni doesn't.
Someone asked how to fix Kayla DiCello's beam routine. I think Kayla
double pipe. I think Kayla DiCello should try to learn one of these creative D dismounts, maybe like your gainer layout full or
like a Steingruber, like a simple Steingruber dismount. I think so. Kayla does a really good triple wolf turn, so that stays in. I think she should probably keep. I mean, if Kayla could learn a side aerial layout step out, that boosts her D score up by like 2/10 already.
With Kayla DiCello, in my opinion, because Kayla DiCello really has the opportunity to be the Grace McCallum of this team.
Yeah.
She just needs to work on her flexibility. Like her leaps are bad. Like
the switch half needs work. But I think it was smart that they did the switch half split jump combination in beam finals or in all around finals at Pan Am's because that gets her some extra tenths. There was a time where Kayla DiCello also did a side aerial, I think, into a switch leap. I thought that was a really creative. Did I make that up? She did a side aerial and then she did the one leg hold really quick and then she goes into a switch leap. I thought that was really cool.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah. I'm glad they scrapped the Alicia Sacramone like a split leap full, a split jump full or whatever she did for a while.
Oh my God. That's such a hard, like that's one of the examples of why you shouldn't have an E cap on leap because that is a stupid hard leap, especially to do on beam.
On beam.
So for it to only be an E, the same as, I'm not saying the ring leap isn't hard, but a tortoise half is superiorly harder. So
I agree with that.
Who would be your Olympic team if you had to pick at this moment in time?
If we make the assumption that Suni's not healthy, like Suni's not in the picture, because Suni's always going to be on my Olympic team. So let's say, I think locks are Simone and Shy, and I would put Suni on the Olympic team. Sky Blakely, because I think Sky can be slotted anywhere and still help the team. Like I know that like her syllabus was looking not so great this year, but I think that like if they downgraded the acro in Sky's routine and just pumped up the dance, like I think she could do really well. She should score well on floor.
Plus, everybody to remember, Sky was coming back from like some kind of leg injury this year, so her tumbling was like thrown together at the last minute. So give her a year, she'll be back. Because I think Sky can challenge Charlize. That's in my mind. Sky Blakely, if she has all four of her events together with her charm, she can challenge Charlize Jones for that second spot behind.
For sure. I think her bars has a lot of potential too. Like I think Sky has an amazing bar
Sky
set.
is learning a Healy. Oh my God, Sky is learning a Healy. You didn't see that video?
I saw it. Yeah. So like if she does, well, Sky. So if she does the and she does a layout Jaeger, that'll be so impressive. If she did like a Healy into a layout Jaeger,
like Sky,
it's
like
curtains
Sky
for Zoe Miller. Zoe Miller will be out of the picture if Sky does a Healy to a layout Jaeger.
And this is the strategy. Like Sky, my strategy for Sky is to really focus on bars. I know she's that beam girl, but if she could really come through with like a 6'8", 6'9" bar routine for the girls,
I'd be here for it. And I mean, I'm so happy that she does the double front half out now.
I wish Charlize would throw hers finally because it would make her double front look a lot less scarier all the time.
I know. But yeah, I think so. Sorry.
Your Olympic team. I'm so sorry.
Simone, Shy, Suni, Sky, and I think the last spot is going to be between Jordan and Kalia. I think it's just whoever fits the puzzle the best after that. Because I think they both can score 14s on floor, and then they both. Well, Jordan has the edge on vault because Jordan's double twisting Yurchenko is the best double twisting Yurchenko in the country.
I would say 4 right now. Like I don't think many people could beat Jordan.
I think that. Oh, so who was Tiana? Was it? But I didn't. We didn't talk about Tiana.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh gosh. I think she underperformed expectations, to be honest, because I think a lot of people, when they saw that Tiana was doing all around at Pan Am's, they were expecting her to do a lot better.
I think at the beginning of this year, Tiana shined so bright. She was the fresh incoming senior. So she had like glitter on her. Like everybody was like, oh my God, here go Tiana. Tiana's gonna steal somebody's spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then she went to Pan American Championships and did overly well. Like everybody was like, oh gosh, like she was scoring 14 something on floor. Like it was like, wow. But then as the season progressed and she got in the mix with the big names, it's like that shining star started to dim more and more and more. And I just feel like Pan Am's just was so overwhelming for her. I don't know if that's how she felt, but that's what it felt. Watching her, like she was getting no connection credits on Beam, where her Beam was like consistently scoring 14 plus all year. Like they were giving her, I think she had the lowest Beam score. I think Jordan had the lowest Beam score. I don't know, but she didn't qualify.
All the Beam scores were like 13 to 13-2. Like everything was kind of clustered around the low 13s. I think the edge that Tiana had as a junior was that she was so good on Beam. And I think that like when she became a senior and those connections were broken, it made her Beam seem less impressive. I feel like the gains that she got on bars like detracted from her, like made her regress on Beam. Because Tiana's like much better on bars now than she's ever been, but her Beam is a lot less polished than it used to be, and that's because I remember her as a junior, and I looked at her beam, I was like, wow, this is like the next beam star, because it reminded me of like Lori Hernandez's beam, like it was so confident, perfect. But yeah, so I don't know. Do you think that there's any current juniors that are going to turn senior next year that are going to challenge? You don't think Hesley Rivera is in the mix for? That was a definitive head shake. No.
I think gymnastics has really changed. Well, at least this generation of gymnastics has really changed. Where there's no more I turn junior first year and I'm automatically one of the top girls. It's like, actually, no, you need to be around here for a couple of years, because even like the top girls now are the top girls because they were like the mid-tier girls last quad.
Yeah.
So now they're like Jordan, Shiley's, like all of these top tier girls were like the mid-tier girls last quad. So Leanne, Kayla DeCello, like all of these girls that were like alternate level girls last quad are now the A team this quad. So I think now in gymnastics, it takes a quad.
It takes a quad. Yeah, I mean, I don't
For
know.
the
I feel
Americans,
like
maybe not for other countries, but for the Americans, it kind of takes a quad, because even when Simone wasn't here, it's still them juniors was not coming up there, and the only one was Connor, and it's kind of really counts. It's kind of feel like she's been around forever too.
mhm. I mean, I'm impressed by Simone Rose. I think Simone Rose will at least go to Olympic. Oh, well, is she even age eligible? I think she is,
I'm
maybe.
not sure.
I know Jayla Hang barely is going to turn senior next year. So if Jayla does a cool, like a compelling Almanar and does a solid beam routine, do you think she could be in the picture? Jayla Hang from Pacific Rain.
No, I don't think. No,
You're not about these juniors at all.
the thing is with these juniors, the only way a junior I could see could be playing through to a spot on the team is they come through on an even bars with like a 6-9 bar routine.
Okay. Maybe Hesley's
Like
going to do that. Maybe because Hesley's at Woga, right? Woga can do some crazy bars. They haven't done it recently.
Woga is so focused on Sky, Kalia, and Gabby, they don't have time for anybody
Wait,
else.
is Hesley coached by Valeri?
I think Hesley is a Valeri girl. Yeah.
And Hesley used to be coached by Maggie Haney, right?
Yes, I believe that's true.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I think Hesley is going to be one of the top players in going through to LA.
Yep. LA is going to be so crazy. I think a lot of these current gymnasts are going to try to hang around for LA because just to be at a
Oh,
home Olympics is going to be iconic.
it's going to be stupid, because there's the possibility that Simone might stick around,
I hope
Charlize
someone
might
sticks
stick
around.
around, Jordan might. All the girls who didn't make it to Paris, why not try to make it to your home team?
Maybe Sudi will make it to LA.
Maybe Gabby sits around and sticks around. Okay, let's talk about this in our last 15 minutes, because I know you
Okay.
have other things to do, friend.
Yep.
How do we think Gabby, the Gabrielle Douglas, who has been teasing us with snippets of memo turns and Healy turns and lean turns and beautiful split positions, and how do we really think she can construct a routine in 2024 to challenge for an Olympic spot?
I think easily. I think that I think that I think that
Okay.
I feel like if Gabby gets a 6.7 bar routine and a 6.2 beam routine that she hits consistently, she can make it to Paris. And I think it all hinges on her bars construction, right? Like I think she would need I think she would need her in bars back.
Yes.
She would need her in bars back, and she would need to connect. Like if she starts off on the high bar, okay, walk through this with me. Starts off on the high bar, like picture it with me, visualize it with me. Starts on the high bar. Okay, she starts off with an in-bar half.
Okay.
Then she does an pirouette, like a Healy or a Ling. I don't know. I watched your videos 1,000 times. I still don't know the difference between those two, but like basically two pirouettes. Do we think that she can do a Jaeger? Or do you think that she's just doing the pirouettes for the sake of doing a pirouette?
See, in my book, I'm with you. I see she starts off on the top bar. She starts facing away from the bar. She starts off doing a Healy, then going to Ling, then going into a straddle because she's in Indo straddle, basically a white through to a F release move. In my mind, she doesn't have to learn a Jaeger. What she has to learn is a Downey or a what's the other one? Or a Shang. She has to learn. She has to learn.
So you're saying she does the pirouettes and then she does like an Indo half to get Indo half and then from there does a Downey, does a Pack, does a Van Leeuwen.
No, she doesn't do it. She doesn't connect her Van Leeuwen. She does a Downey Pack.
That's where you lost me. She doesn't do the Van Leeuwen.
She does a Downey Pack. Then she stops. She taps up. She does her in-bar full through her chow half.
Chow half. Perfect.
And then she gets the 210 D dismount.
Double layout. A clean double layout. That's an Olympic team spot. And then on beam, she does basically her Rio routine.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. I think it's good. I think she's already on the Olympic team.
I just hope Valeria doesn't have this girl. Okay, yes, Gabby has one of the best Yurchenko doubles in the world, so yes. Duval, just so they
I think that she should just not do floor. Like there's absolutely no need for her to do floor because floor is covered.
Don't do floor. But the sad part is me saying this, I know this is facts, is I'm building Gabby Douglas up to take my boo Sky Blakely spot. And I love my Sky Blakely with all of my heart. But do I love Gabby Douglas more? Yes, but I would love to see Gabby Douglas on the team more. But basically what I'm saying is, Gabby, you got to steal Sky's spot. That's your spot on the team.
You don't think they could both make the same team? I think they could both make the same team.
No, they're basically the same gymnast, just mother and daughter.
No, because Sky. Okay, well, but basically you're saying that they're not strong on floor and they're good at the other events.
Yes.
Okay. So then you really need Khalil Lincoln. if you want to 14 on floor.
But if you because that routine that if you would have Simone, Charlize. Okay, fuck it, let's do it. Because this is how you would pick your all. If there was ever a possibility for
not mother and daughter, then not mother and daughter. Yeah, Kalia and Gabby are on the same team, and Shai and Simone.
Kalia is another Gabby daughter too, all over there at Woga. So if you would do Simone, Charlize, Gabby, Sky, it would have to be Kalia because you're just leaving too much room on floor.
And that's an all black. That's an all black team.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be amazing.
Yeah,
maybe we could do what China did, the Chinese men did, and tag team Suni in for finals.
Oh my gosh! It's not like Suni again. Use same strategy. Stop vaulting. Stop doing floor. All you need to do is focus on getting Hell, making Kalia Lincoln shaking her boots by this incredible bar routines that you can do. I mean, not Kalia Lincoln,
I
Kalia
think that
Newmore.
Suni wants to do all around. I think it's
If she
I
wants
think
to repeat as all around champion, I get it. Who wouldn't? But
it's just not possible given her health condition. There was a time
even being
in
the top
early
girls, because like we know Charlize got more to give on bars. I don't even think that's possible anymore, really.
I think a healthy Suni before her kidney incident when she was doing all those crazy vaults in NCAA, like she was
Mhm.
gearing up for a Chung debut.
Oh yes, she was. Suni was gearing up for because I don't think anybody thought Simone was really gonna come back this quad. So I think everybody was like, oh, okay, let's clear the way for our Olympic champion Suni Salih to come back and repeat. Then
Yeah,
Simone said, no ma'am. Y'all think I was gonna go out like this in damn Tokyo? No ma'am. No ma'am. Like I'm gonna come
yeah.
through and clear. How do you feel about Simone and this Yurchenko double pipe? Like,
Um, I it's a very impressive vault, but I feel like it's not worth the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Like I feel like she doesn't need it to win gold in all around or vault. Like even the thing is, she would need to have a solid Chung back. Um, and then if she has an Aminar, that's all she needs.
because as good as the one that Simone did in all around finals, which let's be clear, everybody, it still was the highest score in Chung because Rebi scored a 15-1 even. Simone
Yeah,
scored a 15-1.5. So technically Simone still has the highest scoring Chung vault of all time. With that being said, if Simone Block was right, Simone could get a 10 on her Chung. But it's her block that is so off because
yeah,
they have her blocking so high doing this Yurchenko double pipe. It's just the Yurchenko double pipe is throwing her other vaults off, which makes the vault not worth it, in my opinion.
yeah. It's just scary because I just don't want her to overshoot it all the time and fall every single time because it's like it's I think Laurent wants her to just over rotate it almost always.
And if you're gonna have her over rotated and fall, why not just make her do a Yurchenko double? Because that's where her falling Yurchenko double. Well, no, her.
I think if she does a Yurchenko double and a Chung, Rebecca, it's she's right. She's neck and neck with Rebecca. Like I think if they're both doing the same two vaults, it could be anyone's game. I think she wanted the competitive advantage of doing the double pike.
But see, this is where she gets her edge. You do your Chinko double and you do your bouts one, and that's how you win and beat Rebecca
That's
every
what I'm
time.
saying. I think the bios one is her keys to success. If she can get it back, she doesn't need the double pike.
Absolutely. And you don't even need the Arminar because it's not really worth it to do the Arminar anymore. Just do your Chinko double and do it perfectly.
Her Aminar was so good though. Like
I mean, Simone could do an Arminar and get a 10 on an Arminar. I mean,
so what I want to know is like, in the team finals when she had the twisties, she was ready to vault an Aminar. Why didn't she try to do a Chung? It was worth
okay.
more.
The
It was
interview that I saw from Tom Forster, he was saying that Simone had a bad fall in practice the day beforehand on something, and that's why he think the twisty started. So I think whatever she was trying to do, I think it it threw her even her half turning block skill off.
yeah,
Where I think the chung was just off. I think everything was just off for her.
yeah. What was it? I mean, I don't. This is all speculation. But do you think that the twisties started when Simone started training the double twisting, the triple twisting double? Like, I feel
I
like
think
that's when things get. I can't imagine even trying to visualize a triple like her bios on floor, the bios 2 on floor, the triple double, because I think that's when it could get so disorienting, and probably why they're trying to be very conservative with the passes that they're choosing on floor. Like she's doing the full twisting double layout. She's not even doing the Moors at this point. And they're trying to limit the number of like double twisting that she does the syllabus still, but it's I think there's a concerted effort to construct her routines in a way that limits the number of twists that she does. Like the Fabric Nova, like the double double on bars is gone. Like it's they're trying to limit the number of twisting that she does, and that's probably why the double pike is favored right now from a strategy perspective. But I don't know.
I think it's a combination of, and honestly, I think last part they just had that girl doing too hard of things that weren't worth it. Like the triple twist and double back, it's a cool skill. It's not worth it because all she had to do was doing a full twist and double layout to a split leap, and it was worth the same.
Same.
Like it's the same thing with this Yurchenko double pike. If LaRon is going to stand on the mat, why do it? Because it's worth the same as the trunk. It's just and also y'all don't think her falling out of that all that time is damaging to her?
Yeah. Well, so Laurent on the mat. So like the vault is worth a 6-4, right?
It's worth a
6-4, and Laurent on the mat makes it worth a 5.9, and then a Chung is worth a 5.6. So she still has a 3/10 advantage, even with Laurent on the mat for the double pike.
That's if she's landing it inbound. That's if she's not taking 4 steps back. That's not if
Yeah.
It's a lot of very variables to go with that Yurchenko
It's
double
true.
pike.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so happy I got to speak to you, my friend. I love geeking out with you because you're one of the few people that I can go into the weeds and talk about D-score and routine construction. You know exactly where my head is going.
I know. I love it. And I thank you for taking the time out of your day to come and talk with me about the Pan American Games and everything else.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to say? How can the people find you?
I'm at Poor Lawyer on Twitter. But yeah, I'm always here to support you. You're amazing. Your enthusiasm for the sport is what made me dive into gym Twitter and YouTube. So I thank you. And anytime you want me to hop on, I'm always here.
Thank you.
Okay.
I love you so much, friend.
Bye.
Bye, friend.
Bye, friend.
And so that was Poor Lori, you guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I do want to say something before we end the show. I know there's a lot going down. We're not going to bring that over here. We're not even going to discuss that over here. Just know that I come to everybody with love. And, I love everybody. I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to be blessed. We have new energy over here. This channel is about love, success, and growth. Oh, and while I'm here, once again, thank you everybody for tuning in to all of the videos, all of the programming. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for all of the love and support that I've gotten over the last month or so. I appreciate it so very much. If you guys have any ideas of videos, because I have an idea of a video that I'm going to start working on that. So if you want to come on and be a guest on the Gymnastics for Everyone podcast, please, because it's for everyone. So I'm looking for more people to fill in as my second co-host, because I just hate coming up here and talking by myself. I feel awkward. I feel weird. I'm just talking to my phone. So I love having co-hosts who are willing to come up and talk with me about gymnastics, about life, whatever we got going on. So we're going to have more of that coming up in the future. Me and him didn't even talk about the Brazilians. The Brazilians did freaking amazing. Flavia came through to this competition. No, she did not win any gold medals, which she should have won being. Flavia definitely should have won being. But Flavia really doing watered down routines. Her gymnastics still looks so beautiful. Rebe came and cleared the house as expected. Rebe won every event she was in but bars. Rebe won ball and beam, and I think she came in second on bars behind Zoe. So yeah, Rebe came and cleared house like as expected. But I also want to give a shout out to Julia Suarez because to me, I love that damn Latin for routine. It just gets me every single time. And with that, I love you all. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Gymnastics for Everybody. She absolutely is. I will see you guys next week for another podcast slash talk show. We will be doing them weekly. We will not be doing them every. We will be doing them weekly, and the more we might could do them twice a week. We might could do them twice a week, but for now, there's going to be once a week. We will be doing them. What's today? Thursday. We'll be doing Thursdays. I haven't came up with the time yet, but there will be Thursdays. Oh my God, Flavia! I'm in love with Flavia too. Like Flavia, it's so great, and I can't wait to have this moment with Melanie. That is so great when you see one of your favorite gymnasts and they absolutely do the best of their abilities. It doesn't have to be the hardest routines, you just want to see them do the best of their abilities. Blunt chat. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Joy, everybody.